Coming Monday, January 9th at 7:30 on Channel 4. The following News 4 Sports special presentation is brought to you by the United Food and Commercial Workers, District Union Local 1. International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 41. Pizza Hut. Nissan. And Gold Dome. For my money, it's Gold Dome.
In early September, the expectations were high. The Bills were on the brink of something special. As the wins piled up, a hero surfaced each week. Scott Norwood, Bruce Smith, Cornelius Bennett, Andre Reed, Rob Riddick, and Thurman Thomas. And leading the way, Jim Kelly. Marv Levy's troops now begin a second season, one they hope will be Super Bowl bound. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Super Bowl Bound. A special look at the Bills as they head for the 1988 playoffs. In the next half hour, Glenn Walker will preview Sunday's opponent, the Houston Oilers. Brian Blessing will take a look at the man who built this football machine, Bill Polian. Jackie Walker will look at our team's greatest weapon, the fans. We'll also talk playoffs with Fred Smerlas, and Cornelius Bennett will tell us who wins the Hitter of the Year award. But first, I think the regular season deserves a look as we travel the road to the playoffs. The early season expectations were confirmed right from the beginning. The season opening win over Minnesota set the theme for the entire year: tough defense and the foot of Scott Norwood. With a 4-0 record, the Bills faced an early season showdown with the Chicago Bears that proved to be more of a letdown than a showdown. Jim Kelly spent most of the day looking up at Richard Dent, and the Bills lost 24-3. The following week, a home game against the Colts, and the Bills fell behind 17-0. But Kelly fought back, throwing 3 touchdown passes, sparking a 34-23 win that began a 7-game winning streak. A streak that concluded with a division-clinching win over the Jets, and a scene most Bills fans will never forget. So what are the odds that the Bills can make it all the way to the Super Bowl? Well, the guys in the back room at Vegas see it this way. Notice the Bills 20-1 in the preseason. Now they're down to 3-1. Look at the Bengals. They were a 30-1 shot. Now they are the shortest odds, 2-1. And wouldn't it be something if the Bengals and the Bills wound up playing in Cincinnati next week with the winner going on to the Super Bowl? But first, the Bills have to worry about Coach Jerry Glanville and that gang of Oilers when they come to town Sunday in what may be the best talented team in the NFL, the Houston Oilers. They have a Pro Bowl quarterback. They have a corral of solid runners and receivers, a very tough, hard-hitting defense, and a coach who is never blue but always black. Glenn Walker went to Texas for a look at the Houston Oilers.
In the age of parity, the men on the sidelines have become stars, and Jerry Glanville is one coach whose star is rising. Always dressed in black, he looks the part of the outlaw, and his team is an extension of that persona. Last week in Cleveland, he led the Glanville gang into a wild card showdown, decked out in a black.
Three years ago, that Jerry Glanville became the Oilers' new head coach, taking over a football team that was no place going nowhere. That's when his team began to earn a new reputation, a reputation that earned a new nickname for the Astrodome. Around Houston, this place is known as the House of Pain.
Aggressiveness, gang tackling, 11 helmets on the ball. You know, if any part of the body of the ball carrier is sticking out, somebody got to hit it.
Intimidation. It has become the Oilers' trademark, but behind the taunts, the elbows, the push, the shove is a solid football team.
I think we play aggressive football, and I don't think it's dirty at all.
The
Do you think you may stretch it just a little bit?
You know, sometimes it might look like a gray area or whatever, but that's just the way it is.
If aggressive is a one-word description of the Oilers' defense and special teams, then efficient describes the offense. Working behind a huge offensive line that averages 293 pounds, quarterback Warren Moon has a number of weapons. Led by Mike Rozier, there are a number of high draft picks in the backfield. And Moon has a strong arm equal to Jim Kelly.
Well, we're a different personality on our side of the ball. We're more low-key. We're more into execution and just getting our hat on the right guy and doing what we're supposed to do.
Realistically, we're really like 45 choir boys just trying to get the job done.
Those tough Houston Oilers. Well, what about the man behind the Bills? You know, General Manager Bill Polian has taken this team from NFL oblivion to the top of the AFC. When Buffalo takes the field Sunday, 32 players will represent Polian's term as general manager. Brian Blessing has more on the Bills' chief architect.
The toughest part of being a general manager in the National Football League has to be handling the constant roller coaster of emotions, the peaks and valleys. And Bill Polian has traveled both the high and low roads with the Buffalo Bills.
And we're waiting now for the star of the show, and there he is, Jim Kelly.
The Bills went from the practice field to the picket line.
I just stuck the phone in my ear, and we came up okay, I think.
I think it points up clearly to all of us the terrible danger that drugs present to our society.
For Bill Polian, the good days by far outnumber the bad days, and these are the best days of all.
It's fun to be here. It's what you play for. It's what you want to do. It's the goal that you set every season when you begin training camp. Or really, if you're out of the playoffs, you and I talked a year ago, and we said on December 27th, 1988 begins. And so you aim for the spot, and it's nice to be here, but once you're here, you want to advance.
Should the Bills lose on Sunday, it's a safe bet that Sunday night, Bill Polian will be in his office looking ahead to next year to find the ways to get the Bills to the Super Bowl. Above all, the Bills GM is a no-holds-barred, bottom-line guy.
I'm not offending any of our players when I say we're not as talented a team as the Houston Oilers, but or maybe some others. But that feeling of camaraderie, that feeling of family, that feeling of togetherness has taken us a long way. And hopefully, with a great effort, it can take us a little further.
Having made such great strides in a short period of time, what gives Bill Polian his greatest source of personal satisfaction?
I think the fact that the team is in the playoffs now, after so many years, is a great source of satisfaction. And more, I think, for those of us who lived through all the bad times here, the 2 and 4 teams, and particularly for Mr. Wilson and his family, because he made a tremendous commitment and he's given us such great support. And to see him happy and fulfilled, at least to this point, is perhaps the greatest source of pride.
Bill Polian desperately wants a win on Sunday, and he doesn't care whose feathers he'll ruffle to get that W.
Let it snow, let it sleet, let it snow, that's right. Chamber of Commerce, take a hike.
Coming up next, Fred Smirlis makes a return to the playoffs. We'll get his feelings on that in Fred's football philosophy. But first, who's the Bills' most valuable player in 1980?
Bruce Smith, because he's had quite a few sacks, and he's probably about the mainstay of the team.
Scott Norwood won because he won a few games for him, led the league in scoring. Great kicker.
You agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Jim Kelly, he's a big leader. Without him, I don't think the team would be 12-4, not at all.
Reason number 22 to see your Nissan dealer before January 4th. For nearly $450 less than Toyota, you can own the bigger, more powerful two-wheel drive Nissan Hardbody. The Goodbye 88 celebration. See your Nissan dealer now. Reason number 3 to see your Nissan dealer before January 4th. Dealer cash incentives up to $3,000 can put you in a new Nissan in a hurry. The Goodbye 88 celebration. See your Nissan dealer now.
For great art, it's the Albright Knox. For great kielbasa, it's the Broadway Market.
For great rates, it's Gold Dome. Gold Dome guarantees a high rate of return with more ways to save, like tax-saving CDs and extra interest CDs. Here's Gold Dome's current high rate. To find out more, come in or call Gold Dome Quickline. For great steaks, it's Lord Chumley's. For great rates, it's Gold Dome.
Gold Dome, your financial home.
Hello, I'm Joe Tallarico, President of the United Food and Commercial Workers District Union Local 1. On behalf of our 40,000 members in upstate New York, I'd like to wish you and your family a joyful holiday season and a safe and prosperous new year. I'd also like to extend a special holiday greeting to our good union employers who year-round provide our members with the best wages, benefits, and working conditions.
Daddy, what's a union?
Now, where did that come from?
Are they good or bad?
Well, I belong to a union. All the men and women at my job joined a union to help get better pay and a safer place to work.
That's what a union does?
Well, sure.
Then why isn't everybody in a union?
Well, maybe everybody doesn't know as much as you do.
Oh, Daddy.
The IBEW, lighting up your life in Western New York.
Freddie Smirlis is one of 4 Bills who played under Chuck Knox in the 1981 postseason. So what's it like to be back in the playoffs? Well, that's the topic we tackle with that crazy guy on Fred's Football Philosophy. You haven't played in a playoff game since '81, Fred. In a violent sport, you are still going at it. You're having a career year. What are your thoughts and feelings going into this playoff game?
Do I ever tell anyone your age, man? Well, the thoughts of, I think the thoughts of most of the guys who've been around here for a while is, it's been a long time, will it ever happen again? And if, you know, you have to take the shot while you get it. And this, you know, it may happen for 10 years in a row, like some teams, but it may not happen for another 8 years. So you have to make everyone on the team aware of how long and how hard it is to get to this particular point and what it takes to get here and what it means to take your best shot.
Does the preparation differ any the week before a playoff game than it does before a regular season game?
It's been 81 since I prepared for one, man. I don't know. We'll find out this week.
How do the coaches approach a game like this? Any differently? Are they more intense with you guys?
Well, they're so nervous they haven't been able to talk all week. They teach a lot like this.
Fred, can you sleep before a game?
Yeah, I sleep all the time. Me and Jimmy Richards, my roommate, we talk about everything. We talk about everyone on the team. We talk about all the media people. We talk about the coaches. We talk about everything.
What time do you get up in the morning on game day?
7:30. Mob wakes us up at 7:30, but me and Jim get up at 7:45. Oh, yeah. We sneak that extra 15 in there.
What do you have to eat before a game?
Yeah, I eat small goats and cars, you know.
There is only one Fred Smirlis. Thank goodness for that. Okay, up next, Cornelius Bennett crowns his hitter of the year, so stay with us.
I think Kelly improved over last year, the season that we had. I think Kelly did improve a lot.
Oh, I think it's got to be Thurman Thomas. I mean, second-round pick, and guy came in there, did a good job.
Norwood. I really didn't think he was going to kick as well as he's doing. I think he's really doing terrific.
Hello, I'm Joe Tallarico, President of the United Food and Commercial Workers District Union Local 1. On behalf of our 40,000 members in upstate New York, I'd like to wish you and your family a joyful holiday season and a safe and prosperous new year. I'd also like to extend a special holiday greeting to our good union employers who year-round provide our members with the best wages, benefits, and working conditions.
The kick is up. It is good. The Bills win the division championship in overtime. A full-color action photo souvenir of the Bills Super Year is waiting for you at Pizza Hut. Buy your official $88.89 Bills calendar and any large pizza and receive $2 off just by telling them the Bills sent you. Pizza Hut and the Bills, making it great by donating a portion of the calendar proceeds to help our Special Olympians.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
Western New York. Whether you're working, shopping, or dining out, going to school, banking, or even watching sports, you'll be glad we were there. We've made your lives a little brighter and safer, and we're proud of it. We're Local 41 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, putting a little light in your life in Western New York. The IBEW, the Union of Hearts and Minds.
Reason number 11 to see your Nissan dealer before January 4th. The 12-valve, fuel-injected, overhead cam Nissan Sentra for under $7,000. The Goodbye 88 celebration. See your Nissan dealer now. Reason number 3 to see your Nissan dealer before January 4th. Dealer cash incentives up to $3,000 can put you in a new Nissan in a hurry. The Goodbye 88 celebration. See your Nissan dealer now.
Okay, who's the hardest hitter on the Bills' defense? Bruce Smith? Shane Conlon? Leonard Smith? We put the question to Cornelius Bennett, and his choice for hitter of the year may surprise you. All season long, Tuesday night 11 here on Channel 4, Cornelius Bennett has co-hosted his Hit of the Week, and we have seen some great hits. As a matter of fact, only 2 players on the team had more than one. The co-host here, my man Cornelius Bennett and Mark Pike, who had some sensational hits. As a matter of fact, they were so great that Cornelius is about to award the Hitter of the Year plaque to Mark Pike of the Bills. Go ahead, partner.
Mr. Pike, Mark Pike.
Mister.
Yeah, well, have to call a guy like this Mister, but it reads Cornelius Bennett, 1988, Hit of the Year, Mark Pike, News 4 Sports. This is Mark Pike.
Okay. Well, what's your reaction, first of all, Mark?
Oh, it's a big thrill, and especially getting it from a guy like Cornelius. I played against Cornelius for a couple years in college, and, he's the kind of guy that, as an opponent, I really respected and had a great deal of admiration from. And it's really special getting it from a guy like that, and I'm glad we're teammates now.
I want you to see if you can recall those 3 hits that you made that Cornelius picked out. Do you remember them in order?
I remember 2 of them real clear. One was against Pittsburgh, and the other was against the Patriots. And just a great thrill, just something that I never broke stride and just ran right through the guy.
All right, what do you do to get down the field to make a ferocious hit like that? What's the game plan for you?
Well, I'm coming down the middle of the field most of the time. I guess I'm considered a wedge buster, and I just try and get a big jump. And a lot of guys, I guess I kind of have a big heart, and I just want to run down hard. And I beat some of the guys with a lot better speed than I do. I get down the field first, and that's my main objective.
Aren't you glad you don't have to block this guy?
Yes, I think, like Mark said, it's just that you have a big heart and want to get down the field and make those big hits. And because, he's a backup player and really doesn't get a chance to play much on defense. And special teams is where he can really stand out, and I think he did a great job this year for us.
Hey, Cornelius, if things got tough and they needed you to go in on special teams, you think you'd like to take a shot like Mark did?
Well, Van, if it really boiled down to it, I would go in, but that's something that I would like to leave to Mark and those guys, because I think, those guys really that's their specialty, I think, and I'm a defensive standout on a quarterback rusher, not a wedge buster.
Yeah. Cornelius, what are you doing over on the sideline while these guys are out there working on those torpedo squads?
Well, I'm looking for the hit of the week because I'm following Mark down the field. But like Mark said, I think they should be congratulated. The kickoff team has led the NFL in 2 consecutive years as the #1 kickoff team, allowing the fewest number of yards, and I think that's a great attribute to those guys.
Mark Pike, he is some hitter. Coming up next on Super Bowl Bound, the role you fans played in the Bills' success. You were great.
Well, they're really going to have to get by Houston. Houston's a really good team. If they can do that, they could beat Cincinnati.
Themselves. I think if they go in there with a good attitude, I think they can win.
Houston?
What about after that?
I don't know.
Reason number 12 to see your Nissan dealer before January 4th. The Nissan no money down first-time buyer plan makes it easy to drive away in a new Sentra. The Goodbye 88 celebration. See your Nissan dealer now. Reason number 3 to see your Nissan dealer before January 4th. Dealer cash incentives up to $3,000 can put you in a new Nissan in a hurry. The Goodbye 88 celebration. See your Nissan dealer now.
For great art, it's the Albright Knox. For great kielbasa, it's the Broadway Market. For great rates, it's Gold Dome. Gold Dome guarantees a high rate of return with more ways to save, like tax-saving CDs and extra interest CDs. Here's Gold Dome's current high rate. To find out more, come in or call Gold Dome Quickline. For great steaks, it's Lord Chumley's. For great rates, it's Gold Dome.
Gold Dome, your financial home.
Want a slice of pizza?
Hey, me too. Nothing's better than a fresh, hot Pizza Hut pizza, and nothing's worse than not having enough. That's why there's Pizza Hut Pairs, 2 medium pizzas starting at $9.99.
Ready for the second pizza?
Get Pizza Hut Pairs.
Making it great.
The kick is up, and it is good! It is good!
Count on News 4 to bring you the best of the Bills with Van Miller's report from the booth.
And this place is bedlam!
Glenn Walker covering every game, Brian Blessing with the best highlights, and Cornelius Bennett's Hit of the Week.
I say it's a great feeling to be with Buffalo and Channel 4 also, baby.
Nobody covers the Bills like News 4.
All right, we haven't forgotten about you, the most important ingredient of all, the faithful fans. After all, you brave bad weather, rain, frigid temperatures, and still set an NFL attendance record. So we sent Jackie Walker out for the real story of the 1988 Bills, the fans of Western New York.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels.
From the sunshine of September to the rains of October to the snows of December, Bills fans have been believers. With a record of support unmatched by any other team in the league, the Bills' 12th man has always come through.
26 years of this. It's worth it. It's worth it.
So it's fitting that the Bills' playoff game, which will put them on national television, will also give their fans a chance to share the spotlight. Bills fans from near and very far will get a taste of this game. Some 200 members of the news media will likely jam this press box. People from Sports Illustrated, Time, Newsweek, USA Today, even some European news agencies will be here. Imagine exposing football fans around the country, even around the world, to this crowd. It will send the message that we back the Bills in a big way here, but the crowd can also send the wrong message. The Bills front office wants to avoid a repeat of what happened after the division-clinching victory over the Jets. Players were stormed, equipment was damaged, and Buffalo came close to a black eye of national proportions. This is why the Bills are throwing on extra security for the playoffs, and you can bet the guards won't be waving fans onto the field this week. This way, the Bills administration hopes to protect the players and the fans, Buffalo's image, and those goalposts. And speaking of the Bills organization, ever wonder where the top Bill sits? Well, he doesn't actually sit. We understand that Ralph Wilson usually stands for most of the game in his private box. This is Ralph Wilson's suite on the 50-yard line, where food, drink, and instant replays are close at hand. While this may look like a pretty cozy way to watch a game, we understand that Ralph Wilson likes to have the window open so that he can get the feel of the game and hear the crowd noise. When it was 8 degrees during the Raiders game, the folks here in the Wilson box were all bundled up, just like the rest of us.
We got some long johns on, a couple pairs of sweatpants.
No matter how you dress for this big event, a playoff game in Rich Stadium will be something to see. Season ticket holders got the first crack at tickets and the best choice of seats. Still, there are those few thousand lucky fans who snapped up the leftover seats. Of course, you have a better view of the parking lots from up here than you do of the field. But think about it. In a seat like this, you'll know before anybody else in the stadium if it starts to snow.
Okay, Jackie, coming up next, the Bills finally get some respect, and we'll show you how.
Hello, I'm Joe Tallarico, President of the United Food and Commercial Workers District Union Local 1. On behalf of our 40,000 members in upstate New York, I'd like to wish you and your family a joyful holiday season and a safe and prosperous new year. I'd also like to extend a special holiday greeting to our good union employers who year-round provide our members with the best wages, benefits, and working conditions.
Western New York, where you live and work, its schools and its banks, the face of Western New York. What do all these buildings have in common? The electrical work was done by members of Local 41, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. You won't find our names on any plaque, but we were there, making your lives a little brighter and safer. And we're proud of it. The IBEW, putting a little light in your life in Western New York.
For great art, it's the Albright Knox. For great kielbasa, it's the Broadway Market. For great rates, it's Gold Dome. Gold Dome guarantees a high rate of return with more ways to save, like tax-saving CDs and extra interest CDs. Here's Gold Dome's current high rate. To find out more, come in or call Gold Dome Quickline. For great steaks, it's Lord Chumley's. For great rates, it's Gold Dome.
Gold Dome, your financial home. The kick is up. It is good. The Bills win the division championship in overtime. A full-color action photo souvenir of the Bills Super Year is waiting for you at Pizza Hut. Buy your official $88.89 Bills calendar and any large pizza and receive $2 off just by telling them the Bills sent you. Pizza Hut and the Bills, making it great by donating a portion of the calendar proceeds to help our Special Olympians.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this look at the Bills going into the 1988 playoffs, and we invite you to stay with News 4 throughout the postseason for the very best in coverage of the Bills. Well, I've got my suntan lotion, and I tell you, I am ready for Miami, and you never know. Good night, and go Bills!
Just a little bit.